Hi, hello friends. Good evening. Today my topic is entropy and its role in spontaneity. Entropy and its role in spontaneity. That means in thermodynamics, this entropy has got much importance. And this thermodynamic property, which measures the extent of molecular disorder or randomness, which is called entropy. And in other words, the thermodynamic quantity that provides the quantitative measure of how much energy is spread out when the something happened during chemical reaction. So the main use of entropy in chemistry is predicting the direction of chemical reaction or any other change. So this will decides the direction of the chemical reaction also. This is summarized in second law of thermodynamics, according to which spontaneous processes are those that increase the total entropy of the universe. So that is the most important point which is discussed in second law of thermodynamics, and those increase the total entropy of the universe every time. And the total entropy of universe is made up of the changes from system and the surroundings. So second law of thermodynamics is telling that delta S universe is said to be equals to delta S system plus delta S surroundings. And in this spontaneous process, what is happening? This will become greater than zero for the spontaneous process. And non-spontaneous process, what will happen? It will be less than zero for non-spontaneous process. Non-spontaneous process. Okay, and moreover for equilibrium condition what will happen, it will become 0 for equilibrium condition. This is what thermodynamics law is telling. So these are the points initially discussed in this one. Okay, let us discuss about details about the substance cases. For example, if you take a crystalline solid state, the most ordered is there means therefore it has lowest energy, while goes state in most disordered. That means ordered state to disordered state thermodynamic process will takes place, and the liquid state of thermodynamic intermediate will happen in between that. The order of randomness, thus entropy can be calculated. That time what will happen is this order of entropy for the substances will become gas is greater than liquid, and liquid is greater than solid. In this way the order of entropy will be there. Order of entropy will be there. This is the order of entropy. And the different kinds of thermodynamic processes are there, the vaporization and fusion results to entropy increase, while crystallization results the decrease in entropy. So when you write the vaporization concept, entropy value increases, or the concept is fusion, then also entropy value increases. If the concept is crystallization, so if you are saying crystallization process, thermodynamic process is taking place, that time entropy value decreases. These are the important points to be discussed before going to the problem. Okay, see this one. For the process H2O liquid converted to H2O gas at temperature 100 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere pressure, the correct choice is, so we have system delta S system greater than 0, surrounding greater than 0, system greater than surrounding less than 0, by the different options given. But if you see that given problem, this is based on the assumption that the entire entropy of the universe is said to be 0, taken 0. That indicates that what is delta S universe? Delta S universe is equals to 0. That means delta S system plus delta S surroundings is equals to 0. You want delta S surroundings, then delta S system will become equals to minus delta S surroundings. And moreover, we know one thing that during the conversion of liquid to gas, what will happen? Entropy of the system increases and surroundings decreases. So delta S of the system increases and delta S of the surroundings decreases. So increase means greater than 0, decrease means less than 0. So greater than 0, less than 0, where it is there? B option. That is the right option for this question. Okay. See this one. In this, 1 mole of an ideal gas at 300 Kelvin in thermal contact with the surroundings expands isothermally from 1 liter to 2 liters against a constant pressure of 3 atmospheres. In this process, the change in surroundings of entropy of surroundings in joule per Kelvin is how much? That they are given. So you can understand one thing, that they are telling isothermal, thermal contact, and isothermally. Here one point is very clear. It indicates that delta T is 0. That means delta U, internal energy, will formula N into C into delta T will become 0 because of this. From the first law of thermodynamics, it indicates that delta U is equals to Q plus W. So if you put 0 in this, what is Q? Minus Q is equals to W. And this is a irreversible process. And for this process, if you write the W, that is equals to P delta V, and that will become equals to pressure given 3 atmosphere, volume change is 2 minus 1, you will get 3 liter atmospheres. This is the work done. And therefore we know one more thing, that delta S entropy cases, if you know, entropy of the surroundings now is said to be equals to Q reversible. So Q reversible Q by T, that Q reversible by T. And now this value is negative, Q value is negative. So if you put this value here, 3 by temperature is given in the problem is 300 Kelvin, and later atmosphere is 101.3 joules. So you can easily write this unit as joule per Kelvin. Joule per Kelvin. This is the unit. Okay. And after simplification, I got minus 1.013 joule per Kelvin. So my answer is option C, as it is 1.0131. This is given. Okay. So this is the right answer for this question. Yeah, let us see this question. The change in entropy when 1 mole of nitrogen gas expands isothermally and reversibly from one initial volume 1 liter to a final volume of 10 liters at 27 degrees Celsius. You know, at constant temperature, when volume changes, what is the entropy change formula? That is, delta S is equals to 2.303 nr log V2 by V1. So, in the given problem, it is 1 mole of gas only. So, it is 2.303 into 1 into R value 8.314 into log. Final volume is 10 liters by initial volume is 1 liter. So, as you know, log 10 is 1. So, it is 2.303 into 8.314 only. So, into 1. So we'll see its simplification. Okay, upon simplification, I got it is 19.12. It will be in joule per Kelvin only. So the right option for this question is option B. Okay, see this question. For an ideal gas, consider the only PV work done in going from initial state X to the final state Z. The final state Z can be reached by either of the two paths shown in the figure. Which of the following choices are correct? So here this is the graph given to us. So initial state is X, final state is Z. So to reach Z, what are the conditions in the options? That may be one condition or maybe two conditions or three, more than two also. So in this, if you observe Y to Z volume is constant. Y to Z volume is constant means we can easily ascertain work done X to Y to Z, that will become equals to W X to Y only. Why? Because at a constant volume between Y to Z, work done is 0 because of constant volume. So option C is correct as per this uh, observation. The other one, what is the other one is this entropy is a state function, and the change in entropy what we have is change in entropy is there is a cyclic process. So because of that one, we could say that delta S X to Z, that will become equals to delta S X to Y plus delta S Y to Z. So Y to Z, and even that can also be called a delta S Z to X also, we can write it up. Okay, so in that way already it has reached the final stage, so we can stop this expression here and we can see any one of the options is matching with this. Yes, our option A and C both are matching with this analysis. So these are the right options. See this one, benzene and naphthalene form an ideal solution at room temperature. For this process, the true statements or statement is, we have four options are. But we know we have Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, that is delta G is equals to delta H minus T delta S. So since this is ideal for solution formation process, it is a spontaneous process. The solution formation is nothing but a spontaneous process. When it is a spontaneous process, what will happen is delta G value will become negative. Delta G value will become negative, and enthalpy change will be 0, and delta S of the surroundings is also 0, And moreover, here what is happening, the solution is forming. In this solution formation, delta S of the system will become positive. Why? Because the delta S system is positive because of the formation of ideal solution, and surroundings is 0, and delta G is negative. Using all these things, we can find the option, that is B, C, D, all are coming under this one. So B, C, D is the right answer for this question. So because of this one, this delta S is positive. Okay, see this one. The value of log K10 to the base 10 for a reaction A in equal with B is, that means that we have to find, given delta H minus 54.07 delta H naught, that means standard enthalpy of this reaction, and delta S naught given at 298 Kelvin, that is 10 joule per Kelvin per mole. This is also standard entropy change. R value given 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. And moreover, they are given one simple simplification answer, that is 2.303 into 8.314 into 298 is 5705. They are given it. So we have to find log K value using these informations, and after that we have to see which is the right option. Okay. Now, according to Gibbs equation, delta G naught is equals to delta H naught minus the delta S naught. Okay. So in this equation, if you substitute the above values given, that is minus 54.07 delta H naught value into 10 cube. So I am converting this kilojoules into joules, minus temperature is 298 into delta S naught value is 10 joule per Kelvin per mole given. Okay. After that, simplification, I got it is minus 57.05 into 10 cube, because we have converted the kilojoules into joules. So this answer is in the joules units only. But we know that what is delta G naught related with the equilibrium constant. Delta G naught is equals to minus 2.303 RT, that is nRT, into log K to the base 10. So in this expression, if you want log K to the base 10, then log K to the base 10 will become equals to minus delta G naught divided by 2.303 nRT, as this is per mole only we are calculating. Delta G naught value we got is minus 57.05 into 10 cube divided by this entire expression, that is 2.303 into 8.314 into 298. Already this value given in the problem as 5705. So this answer will become minus 5705 into 10 cube divided by this entire answer is 5705. So this is 10 times cancels, 10 times cancels, sorry, 100 times cancels. After that 1000 by 100 is 10 only. 1000. So upon simplification, log k to the base 10 we got is 10. So B option is the right option for this question. Option B is the right option for this question. Let us see this question. Delta H naught and delta S naught for the reaction Br2 plus Cl2 unequal with 2 BrCl at 298 Kelvin or 29.3 kilojoules per mole and 104.1 joule per Kelvin per mole respectively. That means the first value is enthalpy change, standard enthalpy change, and second value 104.1 is entropy change. Calculate the equilibrium constant for the reaction. As per the discussion we have made, this log k to the base 10 is equals to minus delta G naught by 2.303 RT, that we know, and moreover delta G naught value is equals to delta H naught minus T delta S naught. So separately if you find this delta H naught minus T delta S naught, how much it will come, we'll check it. Delta H naught value given as 29.3 into 10 cube minus that delta S naught value given as 104.1. So this value into temperature is given in this reaction, standard enthalpy we'll see. So that is 298 Kelvin. Substitute. So after the substitution, simplification, calculation, 29.3 into 10 power 3 minus, I got this product value as 31021. So this is in joules. If I convert this one into kilojoules, then it will be 29.3 minus 31.021 whole into 10 power 3 will come. So if you subtract this 29.3 from 31, you will get 1 point. So answer is minus 1.7218 into 10 cube will come. So this is Gibbs energy value. So in this, if you substitute this value, it will become 1.7218 into 1000 divided by, this is 2.303 into or 8.314 into temperature 298 Kelvin. Okay, we'll check it. So what I got is 1721.8 divided by 5705. This entire product value I got is this value 5705.8. So this is the fraction I got. For this fraction, what I got is log k to the base 10 value I got is 0.3. This fraction answer I got is 0.3. Actually 0.3 is the logarithm for 2. Log 2 answer is 0.3. So both sides if you omit the log, then k will become equals to 2. So what is k? Is nothing but equilibrium constant. So equilibrium constant upon substitution these numbers I got this fraction as 0.3, and zero point 0.3 is nothing but log 2. After that, removing the log both sides, omitting log on both sides, the equilibrium constant value I got is 2. Okay. See here, the enthalpy of vaporization of a liquid yet is 30 kilojoules per mole, and entropy of vaporization given is 75 kilojoules per mole per Kelvin. So first they have given is delta H vap, that is 30 kilojoules per mole. You can write 30 into 10 cube joule per mole, and entropy of vaporization, that is given as 75 joule per mole per Kelvin. So if the boiling point of the liquid is at 1 atmosphere is given as TB naught, that is equals to 0.45 into 10 power x, then we have to find what is x. We know the relation, that is delta Hs vaporization, that is equals to delta H vaporization divided by temperature. So that is delta S vaporization already given, that is nothing but 0.45 into 10 power x. I am taking cross multiplication from this. I am writing TB is equals to delta H vaporization by delta S vaporization. So delta H vaporization answer is 30 into 10 cube means 1000 divided by delta S vaporization is 75. Okay. So upon simplification, see, the division I got is 400, and after dividing this 400 with 0.45, the 10 power x value I got is 888, and applied log on both sides I got x is equals to log 888.88. So logarithm of this value I got approximately it is exactly 2.95. So approximately you can consider as 3 as the integer type of answer for this question. So thank you very much for this session. I will meet in the next session with most interesting problems.